Hey guys, today we dive into how sexism quietly hurts men by teaching them that they're incapable of self control, emotional depth, or meaningful connection. We challenge the belief that men will be men, exploring how these stereotypes pressure young men into performative sexuality, create shame around virginity, and leave many feeling broken when they don't fit the script. We talk about the importance of community, friendships, purpose, and doing things you genuinely enjoy, not chasing approval on dating apps or living by someone else's standards. Ultimately, this conversation is about reclaiming men's capacity for self respect, real connection, and a life built on more than just sex or status. So let's get started.
Hi, I'm Diana, and you're listening to Touch Grass and Wash Your.
I also think that this is partially how sexism hurts men, right? Because we say that women are capable of denying themselves, and they should be capable of denying themselves and denying other people and not doing those things. But then we treat men as if they are incapable of making those decisions for themselves. Like, oh, well, he's just a guy. He's going to go after it. Like, oh, he's going to try to get her. He's going to try to sleep with her because he's a man. That's what men do, which isn't true. Like, there are so many men in the world who are successful, who are desirable for a lot of women, who do not treat their own bodies that way. They don't treat women that way. And they also have the ability. Men are incredibly capable people. I seriously believe in and really I care about men a lot. And I know that men are capable of really amazing things. And self-control is one of those things. They are 100% capable of that. And I think that when we tell men that it's like, oh, they're just men, they're going to go after the hot girl, or oh, they're just men, they can't help themselves, that's just what they do. That's diminishing a man's capacity to control himself. And I'm not into diminishing people. I think that you're capable, and I feel like you should hold yourself to the standard that you expect other people to have.
Absolutely. And, they say it's self control or men will be men or men are just naturally conquerors. But the reality is it's all learned behavior. It's all, what you've been told growing up as a young teenager that you want to go and plow through as many women as you can. And you know what? If you have some kids out there, you catch something you can't get rid of, shit happens. But a lot of young guys come up, with that mentality. And I think now it's hurting a lot of guys because you have these guys that are like 16, 17, 22, 23 years old, and they're virgins who've never been on dates, and they think that something's wrong with them.
Right.
And no, it's like, no, you're perfectly fine. I mean, there may be some things that you need to learn to get out a little bit more and get more dates, But at the end of the day, I mean, it's perfectly normal. And really, like you said, dating's not everything. I mean, focus on self improvement, focus on getting your stuff in order. And at some point, focus on your career and your life, on your health. And, you won't even have to chase anybody. They'll be coming to you.
Exactly. You find people, I think you find people, the easiest way to find people is to do the things that you enjoy.
Yeah.
If you're out there doing things that you enjoy, you'll find people who also enjoy those things. And that's really important because then you'll have fun things to do outside of work and sex and going to the club or, whatever. Like you will have things that you both super enjoy to do together. And I think also we focus so much on sex and romantic love. And you have friends and family that love you, and that kind of love is just as important. If not, like community love is important. Like it's super important. You should have a community. We were talking about this earlier that loves you and, supports you. Like, yeah, sex is great. I'm not going to lie. If you're out there and you haven't had it, it's awesome, but it's not everything in the whole world. Like someday it may not work anymore.
Yeah, that can happen.
That happens. So, if it happens to men and women. And if that happens, like you should have someone
That you still love.
right that you care about as a person.
Where, you don't even necessarily have to have sex, to, still have a strong relationship. Now, we want to
Yeah.
have sex, yes.
Right.
If it's not necessary, that's fine. But it's like what you said. And the name of this podcast, I don't know if you've seen it yet, is Touch Grass. And I call it Touch Grass for a reason, because you got to get off the internet. You got to go outside. You got to meet real people in real life. And like you said, and this is something that I try to push all the time. Friends are just as important as dating and relationships. Going out, meeting people, men and women, and expanding your friend group, expanding your network, because a lot of the times the best relationships that you can have are usually going to be a friend of a friend of a friend. Someone that's been vetted, someone that you have real connections to. I mean, those are some of the best relationships that you can have. And it's way better than dating apps. Stay away from dating apps. They're garbage.
I mean, I did meet my boyfriend on a dating app and it was awesome and he is awesome. But I do think that like meeting people the old fashioned way, there's a lot to be said for that. There's a lot to be said for that because you find people that you're interested in who are interested in the same things you are and have friends in common. Like that's super awesome. That's really cool.
Yeah. I mean, friends in common and like what we were talking about earlier, just going out and doing the things that you enjoy doing, and it'll increase your chances of meeting someone that has similar interests. The reason I tell guys to stay away from dating apps is because that can quickly lead to depression for a lot of guys out there. Now, I know a lot of the people, especially the incel community, they will go out and they'll say that, 90% of all women want the top 1% of men. And that's not really the case. I mean, on dating apps, I think you could make an argument that most women are swiping on some of the same guys and that there are a lot of people that are getting no action at all on the apps. But that's because it's the internet, okay? That's not reality, okay? At the end of the day, everybody, I think, has a dating wish list.
Right.
Okay, like we all have a wish list. Like they'll say, well, they only want a guy that's over 6 foot tall, that makes 6 figures or whatever. And you know what? That could be true, but at the same time, you don't know who you're going to fall for.
Right.
Trust me, there's a lot of broke ass dudes with hot girls.
It's true. And with hot girls fighting over them, which is strange, but okay. I mean,
like there are bums that are just killing. And so you got to get out of that mindset that, that everybody wants this one thing, because you know what? Guys have a wish list too. Like, yeah, there's certain things from a physical perspective that I might be more attracted to, or, if a woman has a certain career, for me, the career doesn't really matter that much. Although I do like a woman that's involved in tech that has a little bit of a nerd. Hey guys, that's it for this edition of Touch Grass. If you enjoyed this video, please feel free to leave a like and subscribe, but don't just sit and watch internet videos all day. You need to go outside and conquer life, because you matter and you need to make every day matter. Now get off the internet and go touch grass.
Until we meet again!